1606. Little Rembrandt is pulled from the sweet lands of heaven, and right before the gods drop our golden boy into wealth and power, they think, let him earn it, and drop him in the mill next door. At 11 years old, our miller's son from Leiden takes a different route. He trains under Jacob van Zwanenburg, a painter of history, portraits, and aggressively traumatizing hellscapes. But Rembrandt is also the first of 10 children sent to Latin school, the chosen one, a perfectly paved road pointing away from destiny. He even enrolls at university. It only takes him 6 months to quit, to focus full time on something much more fascinating, himself. Wow, that's me. Maybe more serious or angry. Okay, maybe too angry for a painter. Oh, I got it. Hello, my name is Rembrandt van Rijn, but you can call me legend. Rembrandt isn't painting people, he's already painting souls. And he's capturing his own soul. Leiden taught him technique, patience, and discipline, but he knows greatness starts when you leave home. So he heads for a city where opportunity is everywhere, but failure is fatal. Amsterdam. To answer the question Leiden never could. Is my talent real? Or just small room confidence? There's no king to please in Amsterdam. There are hundreds, which means everyone decides, and Rembrandt has to convince them all. Stand here with me. Look past the houses. You see the harbor? Ships leave from here to circle the world, to trade, to conquer, to colonize. They come back stuffed to the brim. Sugar, spices, gold. But here's what's different. This money doesn't end up in a royal palace. It moves quietly. Into homes, into guilds, into the hands of bankers, regents, and merchants. The people who Rembrandt needs to impress. The people who run the city. Sitting right across from him. It's all fun and games until you paint big egos. Rich ones, impatient ones. People who know exactly what their time's worth. They want to look powerful without admitting they want power. Black fabric, discipline, authority, restraint. White collars, as clean as their conscience. If Calvinism had a dress code, it's this, the original quiet luxury. And Rembrandt has to get it exactly right. Then comes the big moment. The Amsterdam Guild of Surgeons commissions our young Rembrandt for a group portrait of the annual public anatomy lesson. I'll do it. But with a sparkle of Rembrandt? Group portraits at the time are a lineup of faces, something static. Rembrandt paints them in the moment. Hands interrupt each other, knowledge, ego, ambition collide around one exposed body. This isn't a commission anymore, it's Rembrandt breaking tradition with style. A massive gamble for a young artist. So, did it pay off? I don't know.
Cash. Get money.
Wait. I need a badass dog too.
Dame la plata.
But the true jackpot is still missing. In his late 20s, Rembrandt meets his art dealer's cousin, Saskia van Uylenburg. She's educated, well-connected, from a wealthy Frisian family. Saskia? Yes? I'm nothing more than an idiot that paints well, but I do know this. I've been learning how to paint emotions since I was a child, but to paint how you make me feel will take me a lifetime. It could have gone nowhere, but they fall madly in love, and a year later, they marry. Rembrandt, how's it going? Saskia, look! Even people from the future are watching us. Hey, would you mind turning that on? By the late 1630s, Rembrandt is in demand. The applause feels great until you realize how much the city expects in return. With money flowing, Rembrandt goes full Richie Rich. He buys a massive house in one of the city's best neighborhoods and splurges on everything. Paintings, helmets, armors, costumes, rare objects, a lifestyle built on the belief that the only way is up. From the outside, he's living the life. Behind closed doors, he isn't. His first son dies weeks after birth, so does his daughter. And another daughter. And Saskia's getting sick. It weighs on him. Then, in 1642, at the height of his fame, Rembrandt changes the rules painters will follow for centuries. One of Amsterdam's most powerful civic groups commissions Rembrandt to paint them for public display. It's a big deal. Rembrandt is being trusted with the city's image of itself. You know what we want, Rembrandt? The usual. Yeah, everyone lined up, faces visible, clear hierarchy, order, you know the drill. They have this in mind. And they're getting this instead. Are you joking, Rembrandt? I even look surprised in the painting. What a chaos. Stop drumming. Who did that? The problem isn't that Rembrandt painted a vivid moment. He's done that before with the surgeons. He painted a group portrait like a history painting. But they didn't order that. It's a group photo before anyone's ready. At the center stand the two commanding officers of the company. The man in black, Captain Franz Benning Koch. Yes, that's his actual name. Next to him, his lieutenant. But then it gets quite messy. Imagine telling your family full of pride you'll be in the painting. Yes, it cost a fortune, but you almost got a front and center position. And then the holy chicken spirit gets your spot. Not a real person, but a glowing symbol for the militia, while you and your buyer's remorse fade away into irrelevance. The Night Watch was revolutionary. At a time when art was a service, like a school photographer, Rembrandt, the bad boy, kicked open the doors of artistic freedom. The artist's vision comes first, the client's second. The city doesn't turn against him after that. But is that what his clients really want? During all this, Saskia is getting sicker and sicker, quietly fading in the background. In 1641, 1 year before the Night Watch, their son is born, Titus van Rijn. He survives, finally, but less than a year later, Saskia dies at just 30. His love, his everything, gone. Private life caves in and public confidence cracks. Rembrandt is now a single father with a toddler and a house full of grief. This is where it gets dark and nasty. Can we skip this, please? I know, man, but I think they deserve to hear it. He hires a nurse for Titus. Her name is Gertje Dirks. Eventually, they become lovers. She expects to be his wife soon, and Rembrandt lets her believe it. Until the truth comes out. He can't marry her, because it would cost him Saskia's inheritance, money legally reserved for Titus. So he cuts contact, and Gertje sues him. So Rembrandt uses his influence to declare her mentally unstable. For half a decade, she's locked up in a women's prison. Forced labor, isolation, moral punishment. In the end, the court rules against him. He has to pay her for life. Later, Hendrikje Stoffels enters Rembrandt's life as help and becomes his partner. He refuses to marry her for the same reason, and their daughter is born outside marriage. The church condemns Hendrikje for living in sin. Rembrandt isn't punished, but his reputation is, and his art changes even more. By his mid-40s, Rembrandt has buried children, lost Saskia, fought public lawsuits, been shamed socially, and watched money leak away. His faces start carrying weight because he is carrying it. The polish no longer fits the life. The faces stop pleasing, they start telling the truth. Too close, too human, too personal. Buyers don't want the truth, they want comfort. Rembrandt refuses to adjust, not because it's wise, because when almost everything you love is gone, you cling to what's left. Buyers don't reject him, they reject what his paintings make them feel. One day, clerks walk through his rooms. They write everything down. Paintings, prints, books, costumes, weapons. The collection of an untouchable man. Everything is priced and prepared for sale. I declare bankruptcy! You can't just say bankruptcy and expect anything to happen. I didn't say it, I declared it. Rembrandt's wealth collapses into dust. After that, he has to live in a modest house with Henrique, Titus, and daughter Cornelia. To prevent further collapse, Henrique and Titus run the business Rembrandt just paints. With everything stripped away, the work grows quieter, deeper, more human. He loses the fortune, he loses the image. What stays is the painter. From this point, he paints what beats inside him. Look at the Jewish bride, two people, hands holding on as if letting go isn't an option. Love that stays. Then, the return of the prodigal son. A father, a son on his knees, asking for forgiveness. These paintings sell poorly then. Today, they're seen as his best. By now, he's in his 60s. Heavy eyes, a life lived to the fullest. In the end, the Grim Reaper pulls out the sledgehammer. Rembrandt not only sees his loyal partner Henrique die before him, but also his son Titus a few years later. Roughly a year after that, Rembrandt dies with nothing left. Except for the legacy of one of the greatest painters that ever lived. Rembrandt, drop the beat. You only understand how special Rembrandt truly is when you see how everyone else painted in his time. Most painters asked you to admire, to marvel at beauty, to sit across perfection. But Rembrandt doesn't ask you to admire people. He asks you to recognize what it feels like to be human. And that's why 355 years later, we don't just see his paintings, we feel them. His soul, their soul, and somehow our own. If this journey brought you even a moment of joy, leave a like or subscribe. Until then, hold on to what makes you, you, my friend.